Hey everybody, this is Crystal and welcome back to More Natural Every Day. So today I want to do part 3 of the Real Cost of Beauty series, and we'll be talking about hair care products. Now, if you did not see the first 2 installments, which were on skincare products and sunscreen and sun care, then I would definitely recommend that you go back and check those videos out because there are like many of the harmful ingredients that you're going to find in hair care products are also in skincare and sunscreen. And I'm not going to be covering those ingredients in detail in this video. So I will give you a quick list of those and then we're going to jump right into the new stuff for hair care. So you want to be avoiding parabens, sulfates, especially like sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate, synthetic colors, fragrances, propylene glycol, phenoxyethanol, and those 2 are a little questionable. See the first video. Again, I recommend it. Toluene, which is often under the name of benzene, and then some sunscreen chemicals, which are oxybenzone, octinoxate, homosalate, octisalate, octocrylene, retinol, and retinol palmate or palmitate. And then there's this really long M word that I cannot pronounce. So I'll put it in the comments and definitely go back and check out video 2 on the real cost of beauty. So you can check that one out. That's going to be in the sunscreen. So let's jump into our additional culprits for hair care. So Triclosan. So Triclosan is a widely used antimicrobial chemical, and it's an endocrine disruptor, which you'll often find with a lot of these ingredients that we consider toxic. A lot of them are endocrine disruptors, which means they can mimic different hormones or interrupt the your different hormones in your body. So Triclosan is disruptive, especially of thyroid and reproductive hormones, and it's a skin irritant. There are studies that have raised concerns that triclosan contributes to making bacteria antibiotic resistant. So there's not enough supporting evidence that washing with antibacterial soaps containing triclosan provides any benefit over with anything with regular soap and water. So there's really no real benefit to using it, even though it might be touted as a benefit. And then it can also cause those additional issues. And you can find that in a bunch of stuff. You can do like hair care. It can be in toothpaste, soaps, deodorants. But just take a look out for that triclosan. And then phthalates, which is actually spelled Phthalates. And of course, I will put this in the comments for you guys as always. And you might have actually seen products recently labeled as phthalate free, or just like they will say with like paraben free or sulfate free, because this group of chemicals is used in hundreds of products, but they are supposed to be used to increase the flexibility and the softness of plastic. Yep, plastic. And apparently the flexibility and the softness of your hair and your skin too. Like, I guess that's okay. They're known also to be endocrine disruptors, and they increase the risk of breast cancer, especially early breast development in young girls, and in congenital reproductive disabilities in males and females. Unfortunately, it's not always disclosed on your ingredient label, so they might be hidden in fragrances, which again, you should be avoiding the fragrances because they can be kind of a catch-all. So if a company is using certain ingredients but they don't necessarily want to disclose that to you, they can actually put that in their fragrance compound, and then not have to disclose that information to you. So there can be chemicals that are going on your body that you are unaware of simply because you are using products that have non-specific fragrance labels. So, and that can be found in deodorants, perfumes, colognes, hairsprays, moisturizers, all kinds of stuff. So be careful. Nice little loophole. The regulation on this stuff is not strict at all. All right. And then let's see, formaldehyde, which I've always heard of that as like an embalming fluid, I thought maybe. But anyway, it's a preservative and it's used in cosmetics to prevent bacterial growth. And it's been deemed a human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Carcinogens. And there's a link to certain cancers such as nasal and nasopharyngeal cancer. It's been known to cause allergic skin reactions, and it might also be harmful to the immune system. And you will find formaldehyde actually in nail polish, body wash, conditioners, shampoos, cleansers, eyeshadows, nail treatments. It's out there everywhere, but you should definitely avoid it. And the other tricky thing with formaldehyde is that it can actually, like certain preservatives, can release formaldehyde. So by extension, there's a list of some preservatives that I will put in the comments for you, because I do not speak fluent chemical ease. You might have noticed from some of my previous videos. So I don't try to butcher it and kill your ears. Excuse me, I will just put that in the comments for you. So you just want to check out, make sure you're avoiding those, because they can be formaldehyde. They can release it into, like, onto your skin and your hair. And then I wanted to mention a couple of ingredients that are, I wouldn't necessarily classify them as toxic, but for your hair health, I would point them out, and because you'll find them a lot in hair products. So silicones are, they can cause buildup. They can wear your hair down and make it sticky. And if you're using sulfate-free shampoos, which you should be, then the sulfates actually do a really good job of removing the buildup, but there's just all kinds of toxicity problems with those. Again, see video, the first part 1. But because you're not using those, that your hair is especially susceptible to buildup. So you want to be using things that aren't going to smother your hair strands and cause that buildup and make it really tacky and gross. And then also alcohols. So the first one I'll mention is isopropyl alcohol, which you might recognize as rubbing alcohol. Not horribly toxic unless it's inhaled, but if you get too close to an open flame. But it's really bad for your hair. It basically sucks all the moisture from your strands and your scalp, leaving your hair dry and brittle, and it can leave your scalp really dry and flaky as well. And it's not just isopropyl. You also want to look out for ethanol alcohol, ethyl alcohol, isopropanol alcohol, propyl alcohol, and SD alcohol, because they are also known to do the same thing. So now I'm going to get into the fun part. I'll show you some of the products that I have been using. Now, I want to point out that I'm all about making steps in the right direction, not perfection. So progress, not perfection. So what I'm going to show you, not everything is 100% organic or natural or whatever, and there might be a couple of those no ingredients found on some of these labels, but they are definitely a step in the right direction. So I'm just going to get into it. And again, with hair care, like hair types and textures vary so widely that I can't make a one-size-fits-all recommendation. Again, like I said, these aren't 100% natural either, so I don't know that I would necessarily be like, yes, this is the holy grail of what you should use, because they're not. I know that. But again, they are definitely better than a lot of the mainstream ingredient labels that are full of chemical ingredients and things that I cannot pronounce, recognize, or anything like that. So yeah, just a couple for you to take a look at. So for shampoos and conditioners, my hair is super dry naturally, so a couple that I have found, a couple lines that I have found that actually do pretty good with my hair are, let me line them up and then I'll show you, are actually these Giovanni's. Let's see if I can get that without the glare. There it is. So it's the Giovanni Too Chic Pineapple and Ginger Ultra Revive Conditioner and Shampoo, and then the Ultra Moist. There we go, with avocado and olive oil. And those are the shampoos, conditioners, and then I also use the, there we go, the leave-in conditioners as well. And they work pretty well. The shampoo foams ridiculously well. A little dab, it doesn't take a ton of the shampoo to work. I've not had any drying issues with it. There are probably a couple of ingredients in here that, you know, I'm going to try to get away from. But for now, when I made the switch, the initial switch, just to try to get something to clean them up a little bit, ingredient decks were definitely better than some of the other products that I have been using that you get at, again, some of the more mainstream lines. So another conditioner that I like a lot is the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle conditioner. I haven't tried the shampoo, but I have tried the conditioner, and I actually like to use this one if I do like a conditioning rinse. So after I deep condition, sometimes I will mix this guy with water, and if I've done heat on my hair with the conditioner in it, then I'll let my hair cool down. Then I'll mix this with cold water and start to rinse my conditioner out with a conditioning rinse. Like I said, my hair is dry, but this one's really good for that. Tea Tree Tingle from Trader Joe's. Another conditioner that I really love, you might notice because look, it's like empty, is the Alikay Naturals Lemongrass Leave-In Conditioner. And it says that it's good for kinky, curly, wavy, or straight hair. I can only vouch for the kinky and curly because that's what I have. So it's pretty natural, pretty good. It smells great. But there again are some stuff in it. Clearly this is not a natural yellow color. So there are some colors and probably some fragrance that I don't necessarily want to keep using, but again, leaps and bounds over the ingredient decks for some of the stuff I was using before. Also for moisture, this guy is just a homemade oil blend. So I don't buy the bottled hair oils or anything like that. I've always noticed before that they would get real like tacky and gummy and gross, and I haven't looked at any of the ingredients decks lately, but I think there's like preservatives and other ingredients, probably some silicones and stuff that make it work in the short term but also make them gross and build up on your hair. So I actually started making my own blend. And I will have to look up my recipe. It's in one of my notebooks, and I'll post that in the comments below if you want to try it. There's a ton of hair oil recipes out there, but I will give you mine. I use a base of olive oil and coconut oil, and then these are all my other little oils that I put in there. So we have jojoba, vitamin E, castor oil, and peppermint essential oil. There's also ones you'll see that use avocado oil, almond oil, and some other stuff. But these are the ones that I use, and I make, like I said, I make my own little blend. It works really well. Works good on your body too. It's a just good all around oil. There's nothing wrong with putting it on your body. And then last but not least, because I am in love with this product, is the Miele Organics Honey and Ginger Styling Gel. So, like everybody else that I know, I was using like the Firm Hold gels, like an Eco Styler Gold. Those were the ones I was using. And then like I know a lot of people use a lot of the other Firm like Super Hold gels that are like the gelatinous ones in the container. But there is an ingredient in there, I can't even remember, Triclosan something. TEA is the abbreviation for it. and I will look it up and put it in the comments for you. But that stuff was making my scalp so itchy. I didn't even notice what it was at first. When I cut my locks off and I started wearing my hair in its natural curl. So the gel is what brings my curl pattern out. Otherwise, it just looks like a frizz ball. But when I started doing that often, then I noticed my scalp was getting really itchy and dry, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And it was actually the TEA in the firm gels, and it's a known issue. It causes that problem for a lot of people. Now, I've heard it doesn't do that for some people, and that's fine, that's great, but I did find this stuff, and it's pretty clean, and it works really well. Like my wash and go, this here is a third day. Yeah, I need to shape up though. Don't judge me for that. But I think it's day 5. This is getting ready to come out soon, and it's still holding steady. The curls are super soft. My hair is so soft. The curls have done really well. It went in really nice. It didn't leave it as white as normal, and I actually didn't use another moisturizer with it. I washed it, left it pretty wet, put some leave-in in it, did a little bit of the oil on my scalp, because that's why I like my nice sharp point, because I can get directly to my scalp and not necessarily get it on my hair, because I didn't want it to hold up the drying of the curls or the adhesion of the gel. And then I just use, this is all I put on my hair other than the leave-in conditioner, and my hair is really soft. But so yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I'm in love with it. I do recommend this, that you try it if you have curls or waves that you want to define and you usually use gel. I do recommend the Miel Organics. So again, it's about progress, not perfection. I know some of these are probably rated. I know the Giovanni's are all rated, I think, a 4 on EWG's database, on the Skin Deep database, and that is moderate. I think a moderate concern. You want products generally, if you want to go super natural, non-toxic, you want 1s and 2s. 3 to 6 is moderate, and then 7 to 10 is hazardous. So I think these are all 4s. I'm okay with that for now, but I will definitely be working. That's one thing I'm going to work to improve over the coming months. So as always, I encourage you to do your own research on the topic and definitely take a look at your own products. Take a look at the ingredients, see how they stack up. Are you uncomfortable with the amount of maybe no ingredients that might be on there, or things that you don't really know what they are or what they do? You can always search ingredients on the EWG database. I'll put a link to that down below. It's their Skin Deep database. They have ingredients that you can look up, or you can look up your actual products. So you can search for your product or some ingredients in your products, especially if your product hasn't been rated yet. You can look up some of the ingredients that might be causing you some concern. And also you can go on the database and click on hair, and then like there's a banner across the top, just click on hair, and then select the type of product you're looking for, and then they'll give you the products in order that they've rated, in the order of their rating. So it'll be the EWG certified products first, and then all the other 1s and 2s all the way down to the 10s. Old formulations, new formulations, they will let you know if it's an old formula or an old product. So if you have something that you've had for a while, it might have just changed, it'll be noted in there as well. I'm definitely going to be taking a look at some of those EWG certifieds and the 1s and 2s in the near future, so I can look at improving the ratings on my products in the very near future, on like my hair care products. So I will keep you posted as I try those. If I find anything that's like, don't buy this, or anything that I really think is amazing and it works really well and it's non-toxic, then I'll let you know that too. But yeah, that's it for me today. If you learned something today, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any hair care products that you love or hate, please tell us about them in the comments so we can learn from you as well, and we can all share knowledge and hopefully save each other some money. All right, guys, until next time, live a little more natural today than you did yesterday. I'll see you soon.